And on more, of course, on matters that troubled politics right here in the country as wrangles continue to ensue in the Ford Kenya party. Now, ANC party has joined the dance as nominated Member of Parliament Godfrey Otsotsi says or claims that the term of office for the party officials led by party leader Musalia has ended and they need to conduct elections. Otsotsi has accused Lugari Member of Parliament Ayub Savula and others of pushing Mudavadi to work with DP Ruto.
So at that point, I will make a substantive announcement. But I want to say that we cannot blame others for our own problems. We must face our own problems. And if we have any plans to join William Ruto, let us join William Ruto without dragging the names of other people into our plans. And those who are pushing Honorable Musalia to disengage with Raila, I want to tell them, look at people like Murunga. You know Murunga has been moving around with William Ruto. Tindi Mwale, this man from Lurambi, Titus Hamala. In fact, he owes an apology to the Luya community because during his homecoming, he invited William Ruto as a chief guest. And when William Ruto came to his homecoming, he told the Luyas that they are incapable of leading, that atawapanga. He has not, Kamala has not come forward to apologize to the Luya community. Not even apologizing to Mudavadi himself, who was the mean.
All right, and now the Attorney General Paul Kihara is currently addressing the media. It's important that we cross over there and get to listen in to what he is talking about.
Commenting on the relative merits and demerits of cases involving the executive, which are still pending in the courts. This not only creates a perception that the Honourable the Chief Justice is seeking to influence the outcome of these cases, but also raises questions as to why he, as a Justice of the Supreme Court, is expressing extrajudicial opinions on matters that may end up in the Supreme Court for hearing and determination. The Executive declines to follow the example of the Honourable the Chief Justice in a descent into public forum attacks. We strongly believe in the norms of governance and in the long-established communication channels between arms of government. The Executive shall not play to the gallery, but rather we shall reach out to our counterparts and seek to build synergies and cooperation demanded by the people of Kenya from their government. Government is a calling to public service and delivery for the benefit of the people of Kenya, not grandstanding and playing to the gallery for hero status. As such, and in keeping with those long-established principles, we shall respond to the Honourable the Chief Justice directly with respect to the issues he has raised, which are not the subject of ongoing cases. The Executive also declines to comment on the relative merits or demerits of the ongoing cases referred to by the Honourable the Chief Justice in his press release. Besides that, the doctrine of sub judice and contempt of court, which the Honourable the Chief Justice may have breached by commenting on what should have been the outcomes of those pending cases, is a vital part of our constitutional architecture and a key pillar of the judicial independence of judges and magistrates hearing those cases. We strongly believe that court cases should be litigated within the corridors of justice and not at media briefings. The executive will respect those doctrines and jealously guard against interference with judicial independence. That said, His Excellency the President will not abdicate his role as head of state and government to appoint persons with a questionable record to serve the nation in the solemn role of judge. At a time when our nation is grappling with the negative effects of COVID-19 pandemic, which have included the near total shuttering of our courts by order of the Honourable the Chief Justice, we invite that office to focus on reopening access to justice, eliminating the inordinately high levels of backlog of cases, and addressing the concerns of litigants over the administrative barriers that constrain their ability to be heard by the courts. There is only one government of the Republic of Kenya. All its arms and levels were constituted by the people of Kenya to serve them and deliver public good. The people of Kenya deserve wise and effective leadership that builds synergies and prioritizes over service as opposed to self. As always, the executive is ready and willing to work with the other arms of government and in delivering the Kenyan dream as so eloquently enunciated by His Excellency the President during the Madaraka Day State Address. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said earlier, you will have a longer version of what I have said, which will give specific answers to the issues that have been raised by the Honourable the Chief Justice. We thank you, and we will not be taking any questions. Thank you very much for attending.
All right, that address obviously triggered by the battles we've witnessed between the two arms of government, that is the executive and the judiciary. CJ Maraga Monday firing shots at President Uhuru Kenyatta for failing to appoint 41 judges whose names were presented to him. And of course, the president said that, of course, they were of questionable integrity. And we certainly follow up on that particular address, and we'll be updating you on what the details will be. Like he has rightfully put it, that indeed there'll be more details of the same. And of course, according to Maraga, failing to appoint these 41 judges is in a huge way altering the activities of the courts. So we follow up on that and we'll update you accordingly. And still crossing over to some bit of matters politics, Wafula Umunyinyi, of course, addressing the media in regards to the squabbles that we continue to witness in Fort Kenya. Let's cross over to that.
Be part of the real formations in the country. And we want to have truthful discussions, truthful and honest engagements with the rest of the Kenyans, with the rest of the members of the party, so that we take a common position and talk to other members of our countrymen. We have so many problems to deal with. So we will work together with the others in this endeavor.
I think he was next. He was next.
Yeah.
Mheshimiwa, mimi ningependa kuuliza kwa Kiswahili. Kutokana na statement ambayo umesoma, na mrengo huu mnamaanisha kwamba kutokana na ile notice of intention, sasa Senator Wetangula anastahili au amejiondoa kutoka kwa wadhifa huo? Anafaa au amejiondoa kwa sababu sisi tumefuata sharia. Ukiangalia tangu mwanzo tuanze, hatujakuwa tukipika kelele, tunafuata utaratibu wa sharia. Na vile msajili ameweka notice ya kusema mabadiliko inatekelezwa katika chama cha Simba cha Ford Kenya, hiyo itaendelea kuwa hivi mpaka mwisho. Baada ya siku 7 hiyo itakuwa imekwisha, tuna take over.
answer that.
Sisi hapana vibaraka, tunajipanga kama vile wengine wanajipanga na tunatarajiwa kupanga pia vile tunaweza kwenda mbele wakati wa kura ikifika. Kwa hivyo
wale wanasema na kutuita sisi vibaraka ni kwa sababu wanatudunisha sisi. Wanafikiria sisi hatuna akili ya kutosha ya kujifanyia maneno yetu wenyewe, kwa sababu walikuwa wametuzoea, wanatudunisha, wanaona kama sisi sio watu wa uwezo, ndio maana wanaongea vile wanaongea. Lakini kwa kusema kweli, sisi sio vibaraka. Sisi tunataka tupeleke chama, turudishie wanachama, itoke kwa briefcase ya mtu binafsi.
Chama zifanywe biashara.
There you go. And from Ford Kenya, we cross over to Wiper as elders from the Kamba community have stepped up efforts to have Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta in the next general elections. The elders said that Musyoka's decision to work with the president was the best option as it placed him in a strategic position in readiness for the top leadership of the country. Speaking at a press conference in Mwala, the Kamba Clan's Governing Council of Elders Chairman Boniface Kilonzo urged the community to remain united as they proceed to front Kalonzo Musyoka.
As our leaders, we are happy that our son and leader, His Excellency Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, made a conscious decision to forge a post-election cooperation with the ruling party, Jubilee, and the oldest party in Kenya, KANU. This is a sign of goodwill from our community. That as we even give support to our son, we have noticed some unpleasant utterances by some members of our community, and we want to categorically state that this is not what we stand for, and advise them to desist from such behavior forthwith. That as a council, we exist to guide our people in matters community, unity while focusing on the bigger picture, which is the national unity.
And we now take a short break. We'll be right back with more news. Don't you go anywhere.
Fear, panic, anxiety, our lives at risk.
The Ministry of Health has confirmed the first coronavirus case in Kenya.
Our days changed. Counties, towns, homes, our borders locked down. But
Welcome back, and thank you for choosing to stay with us. Now, the Ministry of Education in Bungoma County has sent a stern warning to culprits who are conning parents and teachers for the ECDE recruitment that's ongoing in the county. Addressing the media, Bungoma Education CEC Betty Mayeku said that as a ministry, they will ensure fairness and transparency in recruiting over 200 ECDE and VTC teachers.
So, can we begin?
Sisi ni watu wenye tunapenda kweli na haki. Like our processes to be free and fair. Yes. Sasa tunataka kuhimiza tu watu wetu. Watu wamewadanganya kwa muda. Tafadhali mtu asikudanganye umpe pesa kwa sababu watu wamekula pesa mara nyingi. Tumesikia report. Sijui nani alisema ni wanafanya kwa department, sijui anafanya watu kwa county. Wengine wanawapigia simu wanapeana pesa tusijui na kwenda kupea kazi. Tafadhali, let's not fall for such kind of people. Tujaribu kusimama na kufuata ukweli.
There is nothing ya kwamba mwalimu atoe pesa ndiye apewe kazi. Tungependa tu watu wetu wa Bungoma wajue hii kazi itapewa watu free. Application pia ni free. Hatulipishi. We don't ask for any money. Wao tumesikia huku nje watu wanasema tunataka kuuza kazi, sijipeleka 2,000 kwa mtu. Ningependa tu kuambia walimu wetu na wazazi wenye wako na watoto wenye wanatafuta kazi, usitafute pesa. Mtoto ali-apply, tulifunga tarehe 3 application, sasa itafanyika what we call shortlisting. Na sio sisi, ningependa kuambia umma ya kwamba wasipeane pesa kwa mtu yeyote wa Department of Education.
Now, following the tribal clashes experienced in Narok County over the past few weeks, a team of leaders led by Syria Member of Parliament, that is John Waluke, paid a courtesy call to the area and assured residents of a lasting solution to the insecurity issue. Narok County Commissioner Samuel Kimiti has called upon anyone with aggrieved land matters to engage the courts, urging the locals to live peacefully.
Ukiwa uko na land issue, kwa uko na jambo la shamba, ufuate taratibu ya kisheria, either ulete kwa administration na tukichidwa utapeleka kotini. Lakini kukatana ama kupigana kwa sababu ya shamba, hiyo tuache.
Na tunaomba wananchi wasiti kuleta warudishe punduki zingine zile ambao wamepaki nazo kwa manyumba zao, na hata mambo ya arrows. Hataki wa Kenya wao wanapigana mishale ama wanapigana risasi.
That was Syria Member of Parliament Waluke, yes. And now we cross over to Embu, and Embu Senator Njeru Ndwiga has come out to seek clarification over the positive cases reported in Embu 2 weeks ago. Now, this is after the area governor, Martin Wambora, said that the case turned out negative after testings were conducted. And according to Njeru, the clarification is key to the residents of Embu, even as they continue to follow the guidelines that are projected by the Ministry of Health in protecting themselves against the novel coronavirus. Now, the senator further questioned the preparedness of Embu County in this fight against COVID-19, as he called upon the national government in the devolving unit to ensure that indeed mass testing is conducted across all counties. Felix.
Sisi mngependa kuuliza serikali ituambie hali yetu Embu, kwa sababu hii mambo tunasikia iko moja case, mara tunasikia hakuna. Watu wa Embu wangependa kujua ukweli, kama iko ama hakuna. Na nimesema ni afadhali tupimwe. Tunauliza mass testing ikuje ndio zote tujue. Huu ugonjwa hautaisha haraka vile watu wanafikiria. Hii ugonjwa tuko nayo kwa muda.
All right, now a section of people living with disability in Dhiwa constituency, Homa Bay County, have come out asking the county government not to forget them during this difficult moment of the COVID-19 pandemic. The group has said that despite the little donations they have been getting, it is not enough to sustain them during this crisis.
The impact of this disease is far-reaching, and we are not even reached the apex yet. What we are doing here is a drop somewhere, but more is needed for the community.
Since this pandemic started, as persons with disabilities, we received food here. Little is much, but still more is needed. The little we've received is like a drop in the ocean, and we don't even know how we are going to distribute this food to the vulnerable people that we left in the society. All are crying, and when you are giving this food, kindly don't call us here. Come to the society and the grassroots and see the vulnerability of your people who voted you.
All right, so the members of parliament have spent the better part of this morning discussing the budget, that is the 2020-2021, ahead of its tabling on Thursday. A section of the legislature is already accusing the Treasury and the Kenya Revenue Authority of coming up with unrealistic projections. Treasury CS Ukur Yatani is expected to address on Thursday to table the budget, which among other things has allocated funds to reviving the economy. Let's listen in to the contributions of members of parliament this morning.
In terms of our challenges moving forward, Honorable Speaker, and solutions, it is up to this House, Honorable Speaker, to rise to the occasion. We have spoken about fiscal consolidation in the past, but this year, Honorable Speaker, or rather the next financial year, this fiscal consolidation must go beyond talk. We must actualize real and actual fiscal consolidation to ensure that we continue to reduce on our budget deficit so that we borrow less. And you can see, Honorable Speaker, where our public debt situation is today.
Mr. Speaker, I think the Budget and Appropriation Committee and this House must speak to pending bills, whether it is to the common small business and medium enterprises, whether it is to corporates. VAT refunds and pending bills must be paid so that there's money in our small businesses.
The issue of public debt is now an emergency in this country. I think we need to be bold and candid and tell the executive that we need a day to have a national dialogue on public debt.
And now let's cross over to the world of sports, as Manchester United manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has fired a warning to his stars, stating that he will not tolerate any rotten apples in his squad. The United boss has been slowly putting his stamp on the team and has begun to reverse the club's fortunes on the field. A number of the high-profile players have been offloaded since appointment last year. That is his appointment, and it seems Solskjaer